words. They are such simple things, aren't they? Just collections of sounds, just strings of letters typed onto a screen or written on paper. Yet these simple things hold an incredible, almost unbelievable power. They are the invisible architects of our understanding, the unseen sculptors of our emotions. They can build magnificent castles of hope and connection. They can also dig deep, painful trenches of despair and division. We wield this power every single day, often without truly grasping its immense weight or its profound reach. It's a force we must learn to acknowledge with respect and awe. Think about the last time a word truly touched you. Perhaps it was a word of encouragement when you felt lost. Maybe it was a simple "I see you" that made you feel validated. Or consider a word that stung, a criticism that lingered long after it was spoken. These experiences show us the potent energy words carry. Kind words can be a balm to a wounded soul, a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. They can inspire courage where fear resides. They can make us feel brave enough to try again, to reach higher, to open our hearts a little wider. This gentle strength is a superpower we all possess. But with this power to uplift comes an equal power to destroy. Harsh words, careless words, words spoken in anger, they can act like tiny, sharp daggers. They pierce through our defenses and lodge themselves deep within our memories. The wounds they inflict might not bleed visibly, but they ache nonetheless. They can chip away at self-esteem, create doubt, and foster resentment. These verbal injuries can last a lifetime, replaying in our minds like a broken record, long after the initial hurt. We must be mindful of this destructive capacity that lives within our language. So, this incredible force, this ability to build or to break, rests in our hands, on our tongues, at our fingertips. It's not about grand speeches or eloquent prose all the time. It's in the everyday conversations, the quick texts, the comments we leave online. Each word is a choice. Each phrase carries intention, whether we are conscious of it or not. Recognizing this is the first step towards using our words with greater care, with more deliberate kindness, and with a deeper understanding of their true impact on ourselves and on others around us. History is filled with moments where words became the very catalyst for monumental change. Think of the great orators, the brave writers, whose words ignited sparks in the hearts of millions. These words weren't just sounds, they were declarations of hope, calls to action, and blueprints for new futures. They challenged injustice, they painted visions of what could be, and they rallied people together under a common banner of belief. These powerful utterances and texts have woven themselves into the fabric of our collective story, reminding us that language can indeed move mountains and reshape destinies. Consider the resounding power of Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech. His words painted a vivid picture of equality and justice, a dream so compelling it fueled a movement that changed the course of a nation. His carefully chosen phrases, delivered with such passion, resonated far beyond the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. They continue to inspire generations to fight for a better world. Similarly, the speeches of figures like Winston Churchill during wartime were not just reports, they were lifelines of courage, steeling the resolve of a people facing unimaginable adversity. Words became weapons against despair. It's not only spoken words that carry this immense weight. Written declarations have also carved deep paths through history. Think of the pamphlets and essays that fueled revolutions like Thomas Paine's Common Sense, which galvanized support for American independence. Consider the impact of foundational documents like the Declaration of Independence itself, words that articulated a vision of liberty and self-governance. These texts were not mere collections of sentences. They were bold assertions of human rights and aspirations, carefully crafted to persuade, to inspire, and to endure through time. These historical examples serve as powerful reminders. They show us that words, when wielded with conviction and purpose, can dismantle old structures and build new realities. They demonstrate that a single voice or a collection of voices united by a shared message can challenge the status quo and usher in eras of profound transformation. The echoes of these significant words continue to shape our understanding of freedom, justice, and human potential. They teach us the enduring legacy that thoughtful, courageous communication can leave on the world stage for all time. The power of words doesn't just play out on grand historical stages. It profoundly shapes our most intimate landscapes, our relationships, and our own mindsets. The words we exchange with loved ones are the threads that weave the fabric of our connections. Kind, affirming words can strengthen these bonds, creating a safe haven of trust and mutual respect. When we tell someone "I appreciate you" or "I believe in you," we are offering more than just phrases. We are offering nourishment for their spirit and for the relationship itself. These words build bridges of understanding and affection. Conversely, critical or dismissive words can fray these precious connections. A sharp retort, a constant stream of negativity, or words that belittle can create distance and pain. These verbal wounds, even if unintended, can erode trust and make it difficult to feel safe and open with another person. Think about how a sarcastic comment can shut down a vulnerable sharing, or how unsupportive words can make someone doubt their own abilities. Our relationships thrive on a diet of positive communication, and they can wither when starved of it or fed a steady stream of harshness. We must nurture them with care. Beyond our interactions with others, the words we use internally, our self-talk, have a tremendous impact on our mindset and well-being. If our inner dialogue is constantly critical, telling us we're not good enough, not smart enough, or not worthy, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. These negative affirmations chip away at our confidence and limit our potential. We start to believe these harsh internal narratives, and they color how we see ourselves and the world around us. This internal critic can be our own worst enemy, holding us back from daring greatly. But we have the power to change this internal script. We can choose to speak to ourselves with the same kindness and compassion we would offer a dear friend. Cultivating positive self-talk, affirmations that remind us of our strengths, our resilience, and our worth can transform our mindset. When we tell ourselves "I'm capable," "I can handle this," or "I am learning and growing," we build an inner foundation of strength. Our words, both spoken to others and whispered to ourselves, are powerful tools for shaping our emotional reality and the quality of our lives. Understanding the immense power of words calls us to a deeper responsibility, to speak with empathy, honesty, and clear intention. Empathy is about truly trying to understand where another person is coming from, to step into their shoes, even for a moment, before we respond. It's about listening not just to the words being said, but to the feelings behind them. When we speak with empathy, our words are more likely to connect, to heal, and to build understanding, rather than to create further divides or inflict unintentional pain. It requires us to slow down and consider. Honesty, too, is crucial, but honesty without kindness can be brutal. The challenge lies in speaking our truth in a way that is both authentic and compassionate. It's about being clear and direct, but also mindful of the impact our words will have on the listener. This isn't always easy. It often requires courage to be vulnerable and to say what needs to be said, even when it's uncomfortable. Yet relationships built on a foundation of honest, respectful communication are the ones that tend to be the most resilient and the most rewarding for everyone involved. Intention matters greatly. Before we speak, before we write, it's worth pausing to ask ourselves, what is my intention here? Am I trying to help, to connect, to clarify? Or am I trying to win, to wound, or to assert dominance? When our intention is rooted in a desire for positive connection and mutual understanding, our words are more likely to land well. Being intentional means choosing our words thoughtfully, considering their potential interpretations, and taking ownership of the message we are sending out into the world. It's about mindful communication. Ultimately, the words we speak and write do not simply vanish into thin air. They create echoes. These echoes can reverberate for days, for years, sometimes for a lifetime, both in our own minds and in the minds of others. A word of kindness spoken at the right moment can become a cherished memory, a source of strength recalled in difficult times. A harsh word can linger, casting a long shadow. We are all creating a legacy with our language, one conversation, one sentence at a time. Let us strive to make those echoes ones of compassion, courage, and connection.